is property.
Property.
Ooh.
Once upon a time, there was a business mogul who was looking to build out a brand new resort on a wonderful, beautiful beachfront, untouched, pristine land.
And every day, this business mogul would sail his yacht from island to island, looking for the perfect place to set up his resort.
And one day, he was going between, all the islands around the little ocean, and he found an island that had like a little oasis on the back, and he thought that it would be maybe a good place to start a resort.
Because that, he got the permits. He got the permits to destroy a little bit of that forest so that he could build a resort around the oasis. Unfortunately, he seemed to have pissed off the locals, and they had mystical powers of their own.
Because of that, the locals of Oasis Island called forth their deity from the depths of the oasis. He came right out of the middle. He's a
their deity.
Deity. It's British. And he kind of comes right out of the middle of the oasis, and he's like,
and the monster that was in the middle of the oasis, the deity, which I don't know what is that, but whatever.
Es como un dios.
Un dios?
Sí.
Un dios, okay. And the deity, start grabbing the trees around the oasis, and he kind of got all the trees together and decided to plant them right next all of them together right next to the oasis, and like swipe the resort with a handshake. He just ruined the whole resort.
Utter destruction.
Out of destruction.
Because of that, the business mogul decided, you know what? That was uncalled for. That was unlawful. And it gave his lawyers all the ammunition that they needed to now sue this deity for property destruction, for defacing his investment.
Those lawyers contacted the deity's, tried to contact the deity's lawyers, but he said, I'm going to represent myself.
Oh, no.
Deity, he studied law a little bit, so he thought he has a pretty good shot in the court of law.
But also, luckily, all the native people of the island love and adore these deities. So the little local people there actually knew a little bit of law too, which was a good factor for the deity, because the locals start talking to the lawyers of this business owner, and show them that there were some laws in this island that the property owner was infringing, or like
infringing on.
Yeah, that was really bad for this guy.
And because of that, the local villagers, they pulled out a scroll from the 1300s that to this day was actually still in effect. It was still a legal document that actually showed that deity had originally had a luau and built a tiki bar, and that tiki bar was actually considered historical. And so because of that, like the rights of the land went to the deity.
Right. So the tiki deity died, and the lawyer locals Oasis Island said, you know what? This whole thing is so crazy, maybe we should make a resort out of it after all.
Make the resort what?
They're going to make the resort after all. The locals are.
So, you know, the locals start negotiating with the lawyers of the business owner. And, you know, because there were at least 300 laws that this business owner was infringing, and he had a lot of fines to pay to these local people. They actually deserted this business owner. They actually tied him up, put him on a boat, and sent him far, far away to the island, away from the island, and they start building a pool next to the tiki bar, and actually hire the business owner lawyers to get more support for the next incoming business owner.
I feel was until finally, they got, and they dubbed they were inspired by the mogul and all the events that had happened there, so they actually dubbed the resort Capitalist Tiki Historical Resort.
And ever since then, the lawyer locals and their deity benefited from so much vacation. What do you call it? Tourism. There's so much tourism going to that island that they all became so and then like lived happily ever after.
Capitalist Tiki Historical Resort.
Capitalism always wins. Ah.